Dear humans, I stand here today not for myself, but for every tail wagger, sloppy kisser, and curtain ninja. I stand here for each one of the thousands of dogs and cats killed in shelters each day, asking you to join our cause and help us make sure every best friend has a chance to meet one of their own. With Best Friends Animal Society leading the charge, and your help, we can save them all.
Thank you for joining us for Pet Connect. I'm Tara Douglas. We've had a wonderful week in animal rescue so far, and it's only Wednesday. We were able to get 24 dogs out of the Sylacauga Animal Shelter and the foster system here in Sylacauga, and they were accepted by a rescue, St. Hubert's Animal Welfare Center in New Jersey. So a big thank you to St. Hubert's, thank you to all the volunteers that made that happen. We had volunteers doing fostering, transporting dogs, walking dogs, and everything. So thank you to everyone. And also, especially thank you to our dog walkers. We walk the dogs every Saturday from 11 to 1. So if you'd like to join us, come on out to the Sylacauga Animal Shelter, because walking dogs is so much more far-reaching than just getting them out of that kennel. All of these walkers gave us information over all of those weeks of walking and that we were able to share with St. Hubert's. And because of those pictures, because of those videos, because of all of the personality traits that they knew of those dogs, we were able to get those 24 dogs up there to New Jersey. So again, thank you for coming out to walk the dogs. And certainly, if you can get out this weekend, you can walk the dogs that in the morning. And then we have a play here in Sylacauga that afternoon. So this coming Saturday on the 20th, and I'm going to talk to my next guest about this play. So I have Denise Godfrey here. And Denise, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me on the show, Tara.
Now, before we get into the production itself that Saturday afternoon, let's talk about you, because some of our viewers may not know you or may not know you well.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, a little bit about me. My name is Denise Cook Godfrey. I am, first and foremost, I'm a licensed minister of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm a wife, a pastor's wife at that, a mother, a grandmother. I'm a native of Sylacauga. I've been working in the banking industry now for 40 years. I am also involved in dance ministry as far as liturgical dance with praise dance. I'm an author, a playwright, and a novelist.
So you have a lot that you can do. That's a lot of talent you have.
Thank you.
So let's talk about your production this Saturday. It's The Breaking Point.
The Breaking Point in part 2.
And we've got if anyone's interested, we've got the flyer up right now on the screen. So we've got information there that we'll discuss about how people can come and see The Breaking Point. But let's talk about what inspired you to create this particular production.
Well, actually, this is The Breaking Point. It's a sequel that's going to be taking place on this coming Saturday. When I first wrote it, the first part, we did it last August 2024, it was part 1. What really inspired me, just to get right to it, Tara, just localized gun violence among young males. Some of the young males hadn't even graduated yet. And then as another theme, just the youth, how they feel now about church attendance. Since COVID, you know, some don't think it's relevant to attend church anymore. Some even feel they don't have a safe place at church, or they can't relate to some of the older people. And one more theme was just the gender crisis. Confusion with gender, sexual orientation issues, and then just personally having people that I had to mentor and that were going through some of these things, the grief behind some of it, is what really inspired me to write The Breaking Point.
Now, where did you come up with that title, The Breaking Point?
The title, I actually had 3 titles that I was kind of floating around in my head. I asked a couple of women that are involved with me in the plays, which title do you think best? God, Make It Stop. I Need a Breakthrough. You know, just things like that. And then one of the ladies said, well, let my husband look at these titles. Let's get a male perspective. And so he said, why not just call it The Breaking Point? And you know, and I thought, when I read that, I thought, wow, that's it. And this is it. This is the title, The Breaking Point. And it has to do with that intense pressure in someone's life, in the lives of a city, a community, where there's so much pressure and pain and stress until there's nothing else that can be done. I'm stretched to my capacity, and I need a breakthrough. Something's got to give.
And that is a great title that he came up with.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned that this is part 2.
Yes.
And the last one was last year in August. But you don't have to have attended the last production to understand what's happening in this production.
No, actually, we did kind of stop at a cliffhanger.
Okay.
And it was really intentional because I wanted the public to walk away thinking, well, what can I do? What's next for us? But actually, a lot of people wanted more. They wanted to know what happened to the characters. But no, you don't have to have watched or been in attendance at the first one, because we will have a narration at the beginning.
Okay.
A very brief narration that will bring the audience up to speed with where we left off, and we'll just continue. But there are some new things in the second one as well. So
without
yes.
giving too much away with this second one, what will the storyline be in this second
The
production?
storyline has to do with a family where the husband is the pastor of that community, of one of the churches in that community. He has worked because he used to be in prison. He was a drug dealer.
Okay.
But now he has worked so hard to get his life together, has his family back together, but something resurrects from the past that causes him to really look hard at how to face and confront that, but at the same time, still dealing with the ongoing pressure of what was happening in the first one.
Okay.
So, and then of course the youth. We don't have a lot of youth in this one, as many as we did last time, but we do have a few youth that are in the play this time. We still want to deal with that and the grief of the gun violence. So that's what the storyline really hinges on in this one, and it's really real to life. It's characters that we're portraying, but it's real to life issues.
And you'll have some very thought-provoking issues in this particular production. What do you hope the parents and kids will take away from this and will go home, and how can they spark these conversations in their own families
I
and
would
homes?
love for the audience, as far as parents and youth, to take away just that comfort in talking, having a discussion, not masking the pain, but confronting it head on. Did somebody touch you when you were younger? Or what's going on, are you being bullied? What's going on with you for real? Just sitting down and having a real balanced, healthy, safe conversation with their children.
Absolutely. Now, you definitely have a big art background, with you being an author and a producer and doing all of the things that you do. Where do you see art and theater in particular in bringing out these talks and these community struggles that we're able to get together and help correct and,
Yes.
and through all these things?
I actually, because this is a faith-based community production, I really see the arts as being something lively and something that's able to bypass up here and get in here, get in the heart. Because music, the expressive dance, the drama, I believe it moves the soul. And I believe it's easier sometimes to see a picture
Absolutely.
and I'm not saying it replaces preaching, a sermon, but I'm just saying I see the arts as a very vital medium to bring out a message, to make it loud with the acting, because you're looking at it and it's portraying a theme that you may have been touched by, and you can see it unfolding before your eyes. So I see the arts playing a major part in moving the community, not just one group over here and that group over there, but moving the entire community and even surrounding communities, even going larger, even with streaming. I just love it, and I believe God is using the arts in these days to speak a message.
And so what do you
clear
hope is
message.
next with your productions? Taking them to other
I
places,
really
or
would
another
love to
production
take them
coming
to
up?
other places, but I would also love to go to a different medium, maybe streaming.
Okay.
That is a goal. It's a vision, something carefully planned, something to be prayed about. But the stage, I love to do from book to stage, because a lot of my stage plays are part of a novel I wrote. You know, it's the same title, or it has some of the themes from a novel that was just produced. And it's just really, it blows my mind. It's just really something that I believe that can really be used for success and positivity.
Now, how can people, well, we have your grand dog popping up right here.
Oh, there's my grand dog. That's Honey.
We can talk about Honey real quick before you go. So that's your grand dog.
That's my granddaughter's dog, Honey. She is a poodle mixed with Cavalier.
Okay.
And she's very spoiled.
She looks
she is
very
very
spoiled.
delightful.
Well, thank you for sharing. There's your granddaughter, too. Thank you for sharing the pictures at the end of Pet Connect here. But really quick, before you go, we've got this production. How can people get tickets?
Well, they can get tickets from the barcode if they want to use Cash App, $10 for ages 13 and up, for ages 12 and below, just $5.
Okay.
Or they can contact me directly at dcookgodfrey@gmail.com, and I can give them ticket information. Any cast member, they can get a ticket from any cast member if they know the cast. Raven Cook is my PR director. They can contact her on Facebook or contact me on Facebook Messenger, and I can get a ticket in their hand, or they can purchase it using the barcode if they have Cash App.
Okay. Perfect. Well, thank you again for coming on the show and sharing with us.
Thank you for having me.
And don't forget to come out and meet Annie this weekend or at some of our adoption events coming up. Annie's our pet of the week. She is 2 years old. She's fixed. She's good with kids, good with other dogs. So she is a perfect dog for you to come out and walk and meet. And you'll come out this Saturday and then go to the production afterwards. So this Saturday, September 20th at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock
at Sylacauga High School. There we go. Thank you so much, Denise, for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
And we will see you this Saturday.